The world does not stop for hesitation. Time does not pause while you gather your courage. Dreams do not wait politely for you to feel ready. Everything you ever wanted stands just beyond fear, just beyond self-doubt, just beyond the voices that told you that you were not enough. And in the silence between those voices and your potential, one question echoes louder than all the rest. Why not you? Why not you to lead? Why not you to rise? Why not you to create the life others said was impossible? The people who achieved greatness did not come into the world with guarantees. They were not handed permission. They were not born into certainty. They simply made a decision, a choice. They said, if someone must do it, let it be me. And from that choice, the extraordinary was born. You see, we often believe greatness is reserved for others, for the ones with perfect timing, perfect talent, perfect circumstances. That illusion has kept countless people frozen in a waiting room of potential, watching life pass by through the glass of doubt. But let the truth ring loud today. The distance between ordinary and extraordinary is belief, not talent, not wealth, not bloodline. Belief in a vision, belief in purpose, belief that your name is just as valid as any name. History remembers. No, you were not placed here to admire others from the sideline. You were not made to spectate while others shape the future. You have a voice, you have power, you have a dream that was stitched into your soul, and no one else can carry it. No one else can breathe life into it. It belongs to you. People will doubt you. That is certain. Some will mock the size of your dream because it scares them. Some will walk away when your ambition becomes uncomfortable for them to witness. Some will tell you to be realistic, to be careful, to be smaller. But their comfort is not your calling. Their limitations are not your destiny. Their fear does not have authority over your future. You were given this life for a reason. You were given these gifts for a purpose. To play it safe is to betray that purpose. Playing it small will not spare you from failure, but it will certainly rob you of fulfillment. Playing it small does not protect you. It imprisons you. Look at the world around you. Every advancement, every revolution, every book, every invention, every work of art, every movement that ever shifted the course of humanity began with someone who asked themselves, why not me? They had no blueprint, they had no certainty, but they did have a question that became a flame, and that flame became action, and that action became impact. The world does not remember those who waited. It remembers those who dared. There is something inside you that has been ignored long enough. A fire, a dream, a truth you have quieted to keep others comfortable. It knocks on your heart when the room goes silent. It pulls at you when you are alone. It is the part of you that knows you are meant for more. That knowing is not a mistake. It is not a fantasy. It is your calling. Honor it. You do not need anyone's permission to begin. You do not need someone to tell you that you are worthy. You are already worthy. You were born with value. The fact that you are here, breathing, thinking, dreaming, proves that you have a purpose to fulfill, and no one else can do it for you. Many will say the road is too long. Many will point to your failures and say you are not the one. But you must look back at them with calm eyes and say, that may be true, but I will become the one. You are not required to be perfect. You are only required to be committed. Progress is not always visible, but if you keep showing up, if you keep walking, if you keep building when no one claps, you will grow into the person who can carry the weight of your own dream. Understand this, nobody starts at the top. Nobody begins with the answers. Everybody who ever reached a mountaintop once stood at the bottom, shaking, uncertain, afraid. The only thing that separated them from the rest was the refusal to stop. While others talked, they worked. While others waited, they moved. While others doubted, they believed. So what if you stumble? So what if you fail. The only thing worse than failure is regret. The pain of falling is temporary. The pain of wondering what could have been will echo forever. Let yourself try. Let yourself fall. Let yourself rise. You are more than capable of bearing the weight of your own journey. There are people watching you right now, younger eyes looking for proof that the dream is worth chasing. They may never say it. You may never meet them, but your courage is a torch in someone else's darkness. Your persistence is a signal to someone who has lost their way. You may think you are walking alone, but your example walks beside those who have not yet found the strength to take the first step. Be that example, be that light, and do not wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There is only now. The only thing standing between who you are and who you could become is action. Start before you feel ready. Begin before you feel confident. Speak before your voice feels strong. That is how power is built. No, the world has tried to convince you that only certain people are allowed to dream big, that only the chosen, the anointed, the special few can leave a legacy. That is a lie. Every single person you admire was once invisible. They were laughed at, ignored, underestimated, but they kept going. They kept choosing themselves, and eventually the world followed. You have that same power, not in theory, in truth. The question is not whether the world will allow it. The question is whether you will claim it. No, there are no guarantees. That is the cost of greatness. But let me tell you what is guaranteed. If you never begin, nothing changes. If you always wait, the moment will always be out of reach. If you do not step forward, you will forever wonder what would have happened if you did. It takes no courage to stay where you are. It takes vision to move forward when the path is unclear. And it takes strength to believe in yourself when nobody else does. You have been quiet for too long. You have dimmed your light to make others comfortable. You have waited for validation that never arrived. But the clock is still ticking. The dream is still alive. The fire has not gone out. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too inexperienced. You are simply standing at the edge of your own greatness, waiting to say yes to the work, yes to the risk, yes to the process, yes to the possibility. The world needs people who refuse to shrink. The world needs people who dare to live fully, who dare to dream loudly, who dare to build something bigger than themselves. That is your invitation, not tomorrow, not someday, now. So lift your eyes, plant your feet, open your heart. The storm may come, the critics may rise, the obstacles may grow, but none of them are greater than the fire within you. Now, you were not made to live a life of almost and what-if-ifs. You were not made to bow to fear. You were not made to survive quietly. You were made to lead, to rise, to build, to create, to speak, to move, to inspire, to conquer. There is a fire inside you that cannot be extinguished. There is a future waiting for your footsteps. There is a life that only you can live. And it begins with one answer to one question. Yep, why not you?